Hi guys, welcome to Signal Path. Today we are talking about the Belle Epoch Plus from Catalinbread. The Belle Epoch Plus is the newest entry in a really long legacy of Catalinbread's leadership in pursuing great tape delay and tape machine sounds in accessible and clearly compact ways. If you're familiar with the Belle Epoch series, this is going to be really, I think, a capstone in that long legacy with a couple of new additional features and modes that were previously only really available in larger format and other kind of versions of this pedal. Now we have tap tempo and multiple algorithms that we can use in this very, very compact form factor. But just to give a quick preview of the sounds, we've got kind of all the typical things you would expect from a Belle Epoch pedal in terms of control over kind of preamp and saturation, as well as modulation and the standards like delay time and whatnot on that side. And I really think that for all the years the Belle Epoch has been around, this is something that the sound has really never faded from glory in terms of just its like excellence and leadership in that kind of sound. And so it's really cool to have a version of this that really has a couple of those modern features that I think are really, really important in a delay for me, especially out gigging where I need to tap into a drummer or anything like that. I think this is a really, really great advancement. I love that it's compact. I think that having auxiliary delays that take up as little room as possible is such a kind of wonderful thing to have in the gig bags. So we're going to dive into the sounds, but before we do that, if you like this kind of content, it would mean a ton to me if you would go ahead and like this video, which just lets YouTube know to recommend this kind of content in the future, and subscribe to the channel to follow along. Let's dive into it. All right, let's dive into the sounds, but before we do that, let's talk through our chain. So I'm playing my Suhr Alt T Pro into a couple things on the board, the 29 Pedals EUNA, as well as the Catalinbread Airstrip, which is running into the Belle Epoch through the remainder of my stereo chain down to the quad Cortex. It sounds like this kind of by itself, and with the Airstrip added, just giving kind of a little bit of support and warmth. All right, so let's dive into the sounds. Kind of the first step when we're approaching this pedal is really to get things to react the way we want, because the Belle Epoch is so focused on the entirety of these kind of old tape machines. One of the big things is that input gain really does help us determine what kind of sound we're going to receive from the pedal. And so kind of getting that input gain to match where you want it to live. If you want it like super clean, keeping it on the low end. It's pretty, but pretty sterile. And as we kind of bring this up, we get a more pronounced repeat, but also a little bit of saturation kind of in the mix as well. So you can use that kind of to your advantage. The two places that I tend to live with this pedal are kind of on the very clean end of things, but sometimes I like to kind of give a little bit of saturation because that does bring some really beautiful. As we bring in our middle knob here, this starts to bring in our kind of artifacts and modulation. We take it all the way. Our top knob on the left gives us kind of repeats. That last a long time. And we can, if we push that preamp, get very, very close to oscillation. What's really fun about this pedal is that everything you're doing really and it'll start to fold over and are really, really and then kind of, lastly we have our delay time. Really cool for kind of creating certain kinds of like modulation with like a single repeat and kind of minimum delay time. You can kind of create almost like a chorus pedal. And if we want, and this is kind of one of the big sort of upgrades of the Belle Epoch Plus is kind of bringing, is the ability to hold our foot switch and add kind of tap tempo. And so with this, we can, tap in whatever time we'd like, and it'll respond accordingly. So those are kind of the core features of the face of the pedal, but we also have three. The first one is kind of the standard Belle Epoch mode that we all know and love. The second mode is inspired by the secret mode of the original Belle Epoch. And this adds kind of artificial aging and some kind of semi-random modulation to sort of tighten in and really kind of add that full effect of that sort of semi-broken tape machine sound. Let's try that out. And finally, mode 3 kind of adds even more compression and kind of gain to our input level. And this kind of just like creates this really, really cool kind of all-in-one aggressive post-rock tone that I really, really love. that is the Belle Epoch Plus. It really is everything that I love about sort of this legacy of devices from Catalinbread, with some really, really incredible sounds. Packaged in ways that I find really, really useful and intuitive. And so if you're looking for something that does the like broken tape machine delay thing, if it does, you want to do the edge, you know, super clean kind of thing, definitely does all of that. And it's you know, just kind of, in my mind, a modern classic of group of effects. So definitely worth checking out. But that's about it. Thanks so much for, and we'll catch you on the next one.